in who we are. We don't pretend, we don't stage anything. Everything it is as it is, you know? So it was easy in that part because you don't need to build a character that it's not you.
So it was that moment that you remembered and you said, you know what, we finally did it. I think we're very successful at this point. Did you get to that moment?
I haven't got to that moment yet.
So
I think
still
we'll
more
get to
things
that
to
moment.
come.
Yes, there's more things to come. So when we get to that moment, I would say when she's bigger than life, you know, if that's what she wants to continue to pursue, then I can say, hey, guess what? We made it. But so far, we're just like on level 3, you know, level 5, level 10. We're not like at the top.
Which is the top level? What level you would say? Not 3, not 5?
10.
10. 10 is going to be.
10 or 20.
Where you born? Where were you born?
Where were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in New York.
New York. And you?
I was born in New York as well. We're New Yorkers.
New York. But ustedes hablan español, ¿no?
Somos dominicana.
Oh, dominicanos. Bien, bien, bien. Excelente. So, you know, in ComoLoHizo, we are Spanglish. So English is not my language, I mean my mother language. So I just try to speak it as the best that I can. But we do Spanish and English. So, Hayleigh, tell me, what do you think when you are in a casting? So you have a call and you have to walk into probably a casting director. So what goes through your mind?
Well, what goes through my mind is like, wow, I hope I get this job. I mean, this is a big role. I hope I get it. I'm pretty sure it'll be fun. There will be other kids that I can interact with or adults and people like that. And it also, like, it just makes me feel excited, but it's a little strange sometimes. Like, sometimes it's just a person alone and they tell you to do weird things. Like, it could be a role for a lemonade stand, and it tells you to pretend like you're at a water park or something. But it doesn't really make sense. But either way, you have to do it. So
interesting. But you realize that the other kids that are with you in that casting actually are competing with you for the same role?
Yeah, I understand, but I think, oh, they're just like me. They're just trying to get a job so that they could, like, get money and stuff and have fun, too. It would just be sad if I was the only one who could only play and do work and stuff.
Right. And you mentioned money. So do you have a sense what the money is?
Yes.
What is money for you?
So, like, money is when to me, money is, like, kind of useless. I mean, I think that it would be better if everyone had the same amount of money. So everyone could be rich, because it's sad seeing that there's other people, like whenever you go outside, you see homeless and homeless kids and stuff. It's sad. But it would be a lot better if there was no homeless people and everyone got the same amount of money.
That'd be awesome, isn't it? That'd be
Yeah.
a paradise, don't we agree? We that are adults.
We definitely agree.
Yeah, we're fighting for money, and it's kind of weird, isn't it, for kids like you?
Yeah, it's sad because there's a lot of parents that are poor and they're working really hard to get money and they don't get to have a lot of money. They don't get to spend a lot of time with their kids.
Right, because they have to be working probably two jobs a day, and mom and dad are working, no? Yeah. What is happiness for you? Happiness.
Happiness for me, I would say going on vacation and giving money to other people, but only like a lot of money.
So not little money. You like to give away a lot of money.
Well, not like a lot. I mean like $10. Most people usually give away like a quarter or something.
Okay. So, and you do it? If you see someone on the street that is
If
in
I
need.
have the money,
If
but
you have the money.
if I don't, then I wouldn't be able to give them anything.
All right. So, Zuley, how is money? I mean, how is this industry in terms of money, in terms of being paid fairly? How do you see it? What's your experience at this point?
I think money is the devil. But in this industry, I feel like, I mean, the money, it's okay. I feel like the kids should get paid more. But I feel like, it's always great as well, because then they get a sense of, hey, I have something that's building for me for when I grow up. So, it's good. It can be better. But, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, we're not in it for the money. So to be honest, it's like, money, it's great, yes, that she's getting money at a young age, but it's not our reason for pursuing this,
Yeah.
It's something that comes with, the added on bonus. It's like going to a water park. If you found the dollar in the water slide, you'll be excited, but you didn't go there because you was going to find the dollar at the water park,
Right. What is failure for you? Do you know what failure is?
Failure? To be honest, no, not really. We don't think about those things. Like, we don't say, hey, we failed at this. It's more like a learning experience. Because I feel like when you start looking at things as, oh, this is failure and this is success, then you enter this world that we are living in, where people, define success as the amount of things that you have, and failure amount of things that you don't have. It's really important for my husband and I, for our children to learn that failure, it's not something that's real. It's what you make of it. Every bad thing that happens is a learning experience to then get, to achieve greatness, and it's not in our vocabulary.
So you are in a position, I would say, very special position, because very few parents have to deal with a talented kid. So all of our kids have talents, but not in the way that Hayleigh has, because she actually is outstanding. Her attitude, her demeanor, her smile, and
Thank you.
And you can say, oh, that girl is different. I can tell you. And so, how do you balance your family life? Because Hayleigh, and you have a husband, you have a 3-month-old baby. And so how do you handle it? Because it's tough. That career where she's working is very tough. It's a lot of dedication, isn't it?
It is. It's very tough. I like I told you earlier, I said earlier that, it's just living your life as you are. So for us, that's our balance. We continue our day-to-day as, every day. Like, like if she wasn't special, like if she was just regular, we always want her to feel like you're not better than anybody. You're not worse than anybody. You're just you. And we are all special in our own way, and we keep our life balanced. We have structure where, we travel, we have fun, we come home, we work, and we do a little bit of everything, and that's how, it's worked out for us, because we find that work-life balance. It's not all about what job bookings can she get, or, now kids are out of school for the summer. So most parents are like, oh, no, we need to, make sure they go to every audition. Now for us, we're going on vacation. We take time off. We know, what's meant to be is going to be. That's a strong belief of ours. So it's worked out. And that's how we get, our life balance.
So you are not too attached to it. Obsessed.
We're not attached to anything except for our kids. Like I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with my son.
As a daughter.
As my daughter, yes. I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing. Every day I learn from her. So, we try to keep things balanced. Like, we play a little, we vacation a little, we work a little, and that's how we go.
A little bit of everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's great, because some parents, when they see that the kid has some special talent, they get obsessed and all over, and then that talent, instead of being something that is a blessing, let's say from God at this point,
It becomes a burden.
A burden, a torture for the kid. Have you seen movies about, the skaters, or the gymnastics and all that stuff, and all what happened, and one of the problems that we have with kids with talents are actually not the kids, but the parents.
Yes, you definitely see that a lot. And like I mentioned before, I didn't think that was a real thing until I entered this business, and I realized this is a real thing. These parents, they're crazy, and it's not even the kid, it's the parents, because remember, these kids, they learn from us. They're a sponge. They're consuming everything that we show them and intaking everything that's around them. So what you put out, it's what your kid is going to receive. And in this industry, there's a lot of crazy parents, and it sucks. And you see these child stars that they grow up and they're so successful being little, like Lindsay Lohan, etc. And they end up growing up being crazy. That would be devastating for me. I would much rather have her not do anything and be a healthy, happy, outstanding human being, than overuse her craft. So,
what advice would you give to a parent that has a talented, special kid and is trying to bring it into the industry or the sport? What would be your core advice?
My core advice is let them be. Don't push them. Just your job is to sit there and try to nurture them. Like, if they want to sing, you pay for singing classes. If they want to act, you pay for acting classes. You don't push them. Don't force them to do something they don't want to do. Like, if they tell you, hey, guess what? I don't want to play the piano. Don't show them the piano. They don't want to do that. Just your job is to be the facilitator to their, to their acts.
Well, what about discipline? Because any sport or activity needs discipline. How do you handle discipline against freedom for the kid?
Well, that's something as well, like the balance, for Hayleigh, for us, exactly. Like if she says, I want to do ballet, she has to see ballet all the way through. We enrolled you. This is something you said you wanted to do. You tried it. You didn't like it. You have to see it all the way through. And then when that's over, then you don't have to go back. Once your semester or your classes are done, you don't need to keep pursuing it. But there are some parents that will say, no, you need to continue to take ballet because you're good at it. Even if the kid hates it. For us, it's like, okay, you're good at ballet, but if you don't want to do it anymore, it's fine. We can find something else that makes you happy. And that's basically the discipline. You have to make sure you are serious about what you want, which is something we always give her choices. You have choices. In life, we all have choices. So, whatever your choice is, that you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. So if you chose something you didn't like, you have to see it all the way through. You didn't want to do it again, it's fine. We can move on to something else.
So you talk about these principles with such a simplicity in terms of easy comes to, the way that you present it, but actually they are very deep and wise principles. Where do you get them from?
I don't know. It's like day to day. I mean, I have an outstanding partner, that supports us. We have a good, strong support foundation. And, I feel like, the four of us, we're a team, and I don't know. It just comes to us naturally, like if something is not working out, we find an alternative. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of parents, they give up on parenting and they try one thing. And if it doesn't work, they're like, whatever, I'm done with it. We see things through. We try to take things, to the next level. Like if one thing doesn't work, we try another. Because that's what being a parent is about, is trying to find what works. What makes you happy, what makes the ball roll.
What's your take on social media for the kids?
To be honest, I love social media and I hate it at the same time. I love social media because I feel like social media is such a great platform for everybody to, express and explore and see and learn, and and for other people to be out there. Social media has been great to us, but then I also feel like it's horrible because you see so many people that live life based on social media. It's like success is defined on social media, how many likes, how many followers, and it's not even like that. For us, social media is great, we love it, but we're not obsessed over it. If she doesn't get 1,000 followers a week, we're okay. You know, we're still living. We're still fine. We're still breathing. We're still eating. She's still working. We're still vacationing. You know, we don't obsess over it. And I hate it because the youth is so obsessed with it. You know, they're